CEO Mega Pack right there is the key to the longevity vault.
Well, and I just want to say, the other day we were doing a meeting in Longmont, and we had a bunch of guests there, and we were asking people who started a business in this room, and how much did it cost to start that business, right? So one person said, oh, I started a coffee shop, it was $40,000. Oh, I looked into buying a Papa John's pizza place, and it was like $600,000 before they even opened up the doors. I looked into doing it. So it went from $600,000 down to about $10,000 to starting their insurance company. If you look at this as the opportunity to create an income that parallels any of those businesses, but being able to start a business with an investment of only $499, then everything shifts. Because you're starting a business with all the samples that you need. You're being able to start a business with being able to take the products, and not only, you're spending $500, but you're actually getting $500 worth of product in addition, right? So it's an amazing investment. And if you take this seriously as a business investment, then everything shifts.
I have people all the time say, I really don't believe in the coding bonus. I don't really believe in the starting my business with the CEO Mega Pack. And I look back at them and I go, really, how much are your coding bonuses? And they go, my coding, I don't get much money at coding at all. And I go, well, have you bought a CEO Mega Pack? And they go, yeah. I go, but I'm not making any money on coding. It's because you're not telling your people to do it. We wake up weekly. This is the craziest thing that every week on Thursday, they pay these crazy CEO bonuses. And we get, Marianne, our assistant, because we're not in Colorado, I just call her. I go, how much was it? Because it just freaks me out. Because every week it's somewhere between $3,000 and $8,000 a week. Off of all these coding, off of all these CEO packs that everybody else is selling. It's like this little crazy little ant or something that just you get paid on all of them. So imagine that, 3,000, if it's just 3,000, if it's just a 3,000 that's coming in out of nowhere, that's $12,000 a month. If it's 8,000, that's $32,000 a month out of the sky. And that doesn't account for the big check that we get for doing the business. It's the craziest thing in the world. I am telling you, get yourself a CEO Mega Pack. I'm just telling you for you. And I know it's a big investment. I know it's a big one-time deal. And if you're new, like that young lady, if you're new, guess what? It's a money-back guarantee.
Right.
So you buy it one time and you say, man, well, this was a hill of beans, Tom. 30 days, you get your money. If we sold you a bill of goods, we don't want to sell you a bill of goods. We don't want your money. We want you to feel better about your life. So please hear that powerfully. This $500 investment is an investment in you. That's what it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, and network marketing, longevity is all about duplication. Like Tom was telling you, we started our business with 3 people. And if we didn't come in with a CEO pack, then the people that we enrolled, when they ask us, well, how did you come in? If you didn't come in with a CEO pack, then it's a little hard to promote somebody to come in with a CEO pack. So that's all we're going to say about that.
See that receipt right there? That's from Yolanda Brown. And she walked up to me and goes, Tom, here's your receipt. You did not have to do that. I said, oh, yes, I did. Because this is my $10 to get in this room, just like your $10 to get in this room. And if you have to pay $10 to get in this room, I don't. I pay $10. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. The speed of the team is the speed of the leader. We're all one. And we are building something here. There's nobody better than anybody in this room. We just got in here earlier and talked louder than you. That's all that happened. And I promise you, I am proud to pay that $10. That make sense?
Yes.
Thanks for the receipt, by the way. Go ahead. So here's the deal. We want you to get your money back. And I say sell 4 of these things because I want you to get your money back. So if you go to work and you go out and you buy yourself that CEO Mega Pack and you get 3 or 4 people to buy it, guess what? You are playing with the house's money. And getting 4 people to do this business is really, really easy. And you look them in the eye and you say, I want to partner with you, and here's why I want to partner with you. I think you are my childhood friend. You're the best guy I know. I'm tired of you working at that job you hate. I'm sick of you working in that cubicle. I'm sick of you having to come home every day and not see your kids' baseball game. I want to partner with you. I'm starting this little company called Longevity, and I'm taking 4 people to the top with me, and I want you to be one of them. That's what you do. And guess what they're going to say? Yes, I'm special. And you only need 3 or 4 people to get rich in network marketing. Who wants to make $20,000 a month? That wouldn't be bad, would it? That'd be great. You get these 4 people to $5,000 a month each, you make 20. And I know there's only 3 circles there. I'm not lying, I'm reading my own slide. I just know how to do the math at 4, a lot better than 3. And I don't like telling people $399 in cash and $115 in personal credit. You know, you're going to get a free Healthy Start Pack, and that's going to get your investment back to you. I'd just as soon tell you 4. You're still going to get the Healthy Start Pack, but you're going to have a 0 cost basis. And if you go like crazy, you're going to get this money back in the bank before your credit card bill gets there. And I know money is tight for every one of us, and the faster you go, the faster you get that money back in the bank. 4 people. You take 4 people that you love to $5,000 a month each, you make 20. And that's how you think. You put the blinders on and say, I am going to build a team of people talking about longevity. It's coming from my heart, not my head, and I chose you to be one of my leaders. That's it. And get like that intentional. You're going to sell product to everybody on the planet. That's going to happen. But when you're building those leaders, you've got to be that leader that brings that confidence out, that says, I can do that. We're going to get back to that a little later today. Okay, so what are you doing? We're going to go with 3 here, just because that's what they did on this slide. This little calculator is kind of cool. Hold it, hold it, hold it. What are you doing? Go back, 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 back.
You said we're going with 3 here. So
Okay, no, not 3. We're going with 3 here. Not 3 here. She's clicking like she's going. She's really saying, let's get on with this, Tom.
I do that all the time.
This is important. Okay, so this is talking about you getting everybody on a $150 auto ship each month. If you just do that, that first month that you got involved, you got all your money back in the bank, and your residual income check's going to be a smoking $36. And you're going to be going, I'm jumping off the cliff. I am not doing this thing. I worked so hard for $36. And I'm going, wait a minute, you got all your money back. And that was, you got the fast start bonuses, but you did make $36 in residual income. But you need to go get those 3 people. And your job, like I said, was jump in the foxhole with those 3 people and drive those 3 people to do the same thing. And that
I
goes
do
up
know
to
a lot of people that have never cashed that first check though, and they framed it because they were so proud and they knew that that was just the beginning.
Longevity wants you to do that. Just keep it. Don't cash that check. I took a photocopy and cashed it. $36 is $36. It would have got me into 3.5 trainings. So the second month, then all of a sudden you turn those 3 into whatever, and the next thing you know, I stood in front of the screen, so I look like an eclipse here. Sorry about that. So here's the deal. Now you're up to $144. Your product's almost free, your auto ship, which is pretty cool. And that's just getting those 3 people to duplicate their 3. The next level gets a little important, because all of a sudden, go ahead and click it. You're making yourself about $427 a month, and so you're playing on the house's money, and you've got some walking around money, and you still only have 27 people there. But look at that, that's $5 grand a year. That's a $5,000 a year raise. I want you to ask yourself this: did any of you get a $5,000 a year raise in your job last year? And if you walked up to them and said, I want a $5,000 a year job, they'd say, that is a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah, that's not a lot of money. That's only $427 a month, and they're still acting like they're pulling teeth to give you that $5 grand. That is chicken feed. So let's just click it one more time, because this is where it gets real.
Are you ready?
Yeah. This is the most important slide here. Because I'm telling you what, there's not one person in the room, and there's millionaires in this room, and there's poor people in this room. But I'm going to tell you, there's not one person in this room that $1,156 would be something important to their life. If I had another $1,156, I'd probably talk her into letting me buy this little airplane I want to buy. You know, it's about 100 grand, I would.
You can't buy it for.
That would be the payment.
Oh.
That's a pretty cheap airplane. That would be, you know, that's something. That's a mortgage for some people. That is a lot, that is food, that's a college education, that's a 401k. So somebody that makes a lot of dough, it's going to be another trinket maybe like me, but I'm telling you what, no one in your life, Donald Trump included, would quit $1,100 a month residual check.
That's right.
I promise you, that's true. So stop trying to make everybody millionaires. You want to get yourself a million thousandaires. Because I'm telling you what, you get people right here, they're never going to quit. That check's going to show up with $1,000 on it, and guess what? Your spouse is going to say, my name on that check? You know, that has gone from your deal to our deal, just like that.
Well, and statistically, this whole housing crash could have been with an extra $500 a month in income, people wouldn't have had to go through what they went through, right? So $1,100 a month, you are really affecting somebody's financial budget.
Okay. So the next level. So what's going to happen?
Tired. It needs a little rest every now and then.
Everybody in this room making $1,000 a month. I promise you, when that check starts showing up, your mind has gone from, is this worth it? You know, where you were thinking about quitting here, because it's been so hard to roll that wheelbarrow up that hill with all the rocks in it. But now you got to the top of the hill and you're at 1,000. Your mind just shifted from I'm gonna quit to, hey man, what happens if I really start rolling this baby? And that's what happens next.
It actually, that whole thing happened for us so quickly. I remember Tom and I were kind of newly married. We went to the mailbox one day, we pulled out a check, and it was $4,000 from Longevity. And we went, wow, look at that.
That's a lot of money.
We hadn't even really focused on the business that much. We thought at that point, if we really actually took this thing seriously, what could we do with it?
Yeah. What would happen if we really went after this instead of all the smoke and mirrors we were goofing? I had a paint company and people showing up for paychecks and paint every morning, and she's calling me.
He would disappear, and I'd be at the house.
And the painters would be looking through the window, you know what, their checks and stuff, and man,
you didn't answer the front door. They'd come around through the back and go to the sliding glass door. It scared the bejesus out of me. So
Plus, I was under the bed. So yeah. So then all of a sudden you duplicate this thing one more level, and what happens to you? Your check gaps from $1,000 to $3,300, and you start thinking you're the smartest person in the room, like me. And this is where we were, and all of a sudden this thing has taken off from here.
Tell them what $1 million in the bank looks like.
That. $1 million in the bank looks like that. Anybody? How many times did they tell us, just save all your money, you'll be a millionaire, and now we're a millionaire. We got the $1 million in the bank. We don't want to touch the principal, and if we're lucky, we're getting that before tax. It's crazy. And if you want to live the life of a millionaire, you got to spend your principal. So Richard Brook, this guy named Richard Brook, who's a big network marketing guy, said on my radio show last week. Oh, by the way, I've got the largest home-based business radio show in the world. I forgot to tell you guys that. So it's every Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern, and it is fantastic. I interview all the muckety-mucks. So last week we had a guy named Richard Brook, and he said every $5,000 a month you're making residual is worth $1 million in net worth to you.
Wow.
Think about that. So you get your business up to $5,000 a month, you got $1 million asset there. You get your business, you get your income up to $50,000 a month, you've got yourself a $10 million asset. Think about that, especially with Longevity's history. Because if we've been around 16 years going backwards, we're going to be around at least 16 years going forwards. We have got it made, you've got it made. So click that one more time. This is what we started happening to us. All of a sudden our check gaps up again to $12,000. Man alive, we are rolling now. And guess what? Nothing really happened any different. We just taught these people to find their three who found their three. Now, here's what they don't tell you in network marketing. This is the most important thing I'm going to say all day long. Your influence stops right there. I can drive this thing 20 I can drive this thing 3 levels deep, but at that point it dissipates. And that's why you have to have these systems in place, this training in place, this lane that Raymond and Yolanda have designed for you in place. Because if you try to do this for yourself, with 81 people, 243, 729, Denise and I with 400,000, you got no shot. It has got to be built here correctly, so it builds down here the same way. That's the magic of this business. That's the magic of the Healthy Body Challenge. That's the magic of the CEO Mega Pack, and that's the magic of longevity. That's where you're going to do it. We're going to train you to drive those 3 levels. That's what we're going to train you to do.
Building that foundation is the most important part. It's like building a house. You know, it takes so long to pour that foundation and to get everything right. And then after they start framing it and putting in, you know, that all that stuff goes really fast, but it's building that foundation. It's training your 3 to train their 3 to train their 3.
And by the way, Raymond and Yolanda Brown are much, much, much better network marketers than Denise and I.
And unbelievable trainers.
Yeah, much, much better. The only thing we did was found somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that found Raymond and Yolanda. You people are so lucky in this town to have these people. You can't believe it. Let's give them a round of applause. Plus that little sweater he's got on, doesn't he? Hi, Timmy, where's Lassie? That's so funny. All right, look at that one more time. You know, then you start getting up to these $38,000 a month numbers. You believe it or not, that's a wonderful number. We made that a long time ago. You got no control over your income at 38 grand a month. This baby's got a life of its own. The more we travel around doing this, the worse it is on our check. Is that funny enough? Because it has a life of its own. From here on down, this baby is operating on its own. All you need to do is push this baby up to here. And if you just do what it takes to get this business up to here, that you've rolled it up to the top of the hill, and it was so hard. Getting your 3 or 4 people wasn't hard because they believed you. Getting those 3 or 4 people to find their 3 or 4 people is like impossible. And you're just wanting to grab people by the throat. And then down here you're doing the same thing and you're punching them and you're yelling at them and you're doing all that stuff. But man, you finally get that wheelbarrow to the top of the hill and that thing starts to roll down. And it's unbelievable. You can't believe it. You only see me really sprint once a month. And if you want to see me sprint once a month, it's unbelievable. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Come to my house on the 15th when I watch the mailman run up to the porch, put the envelope in the mailbox, and then just watch Tom Schultz run for the check and run for the bank at about 100 miles an hour. Because I can't believe it's true. $80,000! What did we do? That's what you get. Can you imagine that? And then you think about your job, where you go in there every day and they're just grinding on you and beating you to a pulp. We might have to downsize you. We're going to cut your lunch hour. That poor guy, that Kurt Lear, they doubled his territory. Wait, they cut his paycheck in half. And he goes, you can't do that to me. He says, oh yeah, we can. We're really not giving you a raise. We're doubling your territory. Oh, thanks. Half as much money for twice as much work. And that's corporate America thinking. And then you've got this business that is willing to pay you that kind of money for developing those 3 levels right there. Cool enough? Go ahead. Take it away. I gave myself a headache with that joke.
Take a deep breath. So yeah, I mean, we get paid in so many different ways. And if you come in with that CEO pack, you'll be able to get the retail profits, the unit level commission, which is the slides that we just showed you, the